Welcome back to Case Closed, Anime Review Episode 194. This one reviewing Episode 1081. Yeah, I thought last week was 1081, turns out it was actually just a typo. Sorry about that. This one's called My Beloved Dog, my dog Pan-kun is a, My Beloved Dog Pan-kun is a Good Boy. This is an original episode, and one of those rare occasions the writer bothers to remember the Hybra is part of the Detective Boys. Yes. Writers of the show, when you do these in original episodes and it features Detective Boys, please remember Hybra as part of the group, because it seems like half the time you forget. Or just don't give a damn. So they're in the park and they're just playing some baseball. And all of a sudden we have to see this random woman with a dog get attacked by a guy with a ski mask and a knife. And of course, basically the kids save her. He doesn't do anything to her. And is like something mysterious. Is he stalking her? Not really. It involves something completely very strange, to say the least. So then, of course, she's attacked again in her home, which they had to find her home. Took a bit of time, but they found her home. And, of course, they all speak about stalking and the fact that, maybe she's attractive. Eventually she's a housewife. And, by the way, her husband is not in the episode. He runs a normal company. What type of company is? So this is normal. There's nothing much to know about it. You would think that a guy like him watching when he finds out his wife has been attacked in a dog park. Nope, he doesn't come home. At all, for some strange reason. I don't know why. So then, oh crap, we have the attack again. This time the attacker's brought a friend in a green ski mask. And the guy's defeated pretty quickly by 2 baseballs. Yes. And of course the other guy runs away after basically Conan threatens him. Well, in fact, they all call the police. And Takagi and Keba show up and they arrest the other guy. And it turns out these guys are connected with jewelry store robbery. You think it's jewelry robbery and the dog is possibly involved. Did the dog swallow the jewels? They actually thought about that. Nope, the jewels were actually way too big for him to be swallowed. And it turns out what he was looking for was a knife. So, yep. A knife. And I'm like, okay. And of course, they follow him because he actually did successfully kidnap Pan, and well, yeah. And then of course they kind of find out basically. Of course, they didn't full arrest with a knife thing. Thanks to the dog, he's able to find it thanks to digging up holes. And it's real thanks to going to the porch that the reason why she built that thing was so so her dog can stop digging up the yard. Which, not a bad idea, but it's a beautiful porch anyways. So apparently that's one thing he liked. Despite being a good boy, he apparently has a thing for digging holes. Yes, seriously. His bad habit is stealing people's shoes and burying them. No, seriously, that's what he does. It is by far one of the strangest things. So she built this porch to get him to stop doing that at their house, so he does at the park. Yep. After finding the knife, by the way, it's revealed, and after they take down the guy, you have Takagi giving him a judo flip. Yes, a judo flip, and he's arrested on the spot. I kind of thought that maybe his girlfriend Sato was giving him basically moves. She probably has been training him on their off time for some self-defense moves. Here's the thing, Takagi, part of this, could never do this at all. Because even though it's any canon stuff, the guy is somewhat weakly, but he's not a coward per se, but he can't exactly lift somebody like this. It's almost like this is supposed to be Sato, but they probably want to save her for something later, and then basically it's almost like, get this, okay, I'm sure Takagi was playing in the episode, but I'm sure they probably originally had this position for Sato. But it probably was due to a writing change in place with Keba and giving the whole move thing to basically Takagi, a character who does not do judo in the series, and yet they should do a judo flip. Yes. Now, that's just my theory. I don't know exactly now what the real reason was. I don't know. I'm going by my fan theory is that Sato was supposed to be in the episode, but they removed her place with Keba and gave basically whatever stuff she was supposed to do to Takagi. Because Takagi is sort of act like Sato, kind of in a ways. But it's almost like basically we can't have more than one woman in the episode who's an adult. Yeah, great. Yeah, you can't have her in the episode because let's have Sato get jealous over the fact maybe Takagi is basically being enchanted by a married woman. Yeah, though I kind of wish Sato here anyways because I like the character. Yep, and after he's arrested and found a knife. And by the way, it's also found out that Keba is a cat person. And Takagi is a dog person. I know Sato's a dog person. That's something that I'd basically be curious to find out. And then, of course, they play with Dog Lady in the park, and that's the episode. It's okay episode. I do like some bits here and there, but here's the high points. High part of the group. Takagi doing a judo flip. Oh, yeah, by the way, Morgan mentioned in the episode. Kagomori found it out, no problem. Yep. I mean, that's the episode nutshell. But here's the thing. We do have two brand new chapters discussed. Chapter 1110 and 1111. Now, in these two chapters, it's all preparing for Parents Visiting Day. So we also return to Mari. They also have a thing where they prepare lunch in the class. It's like basically nobody day at school in this two-parter. Also, Conan's mom, his hot mom, appears in the thing. Using disguise from very early on in the series. Yes, seriously. They used that from the first time they actually physically appeared in the series. Because mostly they appeared in, like, mentioned here and there. But it's interesting though she actually using the old disguise again. Now, why the heck she wait till now to use this? Now, she says the reason why is because she's easily recognizable, and also because her son is basically Sichi. That was some of the reason for it, but the big thing about this one is not only return to them, which that's been obvious and period on since then, but return to the logo Mari, which is the first time she's shown up since it served for Mari-chan, which was shown back about a few years ago. So we also have it where there's a fire in a flower garden, which is easily put out by a vase. Now, who basically started this? Conan basically started investigating this, because of which he tried to get his fire extinguisher to put it out. And by the end of part 2, he does kind of figure who it is, but we're not going to figure out just yet who it is. They also do a fall from last arc, where it's officially revealed that Wasabi is in fact the former bodyguard that was talking with the Black Organization years part of the series. They confirmed that in here. There's also here with Gasa. Well, he looks like he might be, but he has to basically wait for an invention. He has a class that day. So, yeah, it's mostly put exactly like it's also stuff about this mainly class. It was like normal kids hijinks stuff, but I gotta admit these two chapters were quite interesting to read, and I give both chapters. I'm gonna give them a 9 out of 10 because basically this feels like, even though it's obviously a 3-parter. But it feels like a progressing 3-part, not just okay. Let's have a quick 3-part. It goes nowhere. This one feels like it's actually building upon previous stories, which I do appreciate that. Yep, but yeah. By the way, in case you're curious though, the name of these chapters. The name of 1110 is Unsettling Parent Visiting Day, and 1011 is 1111, so 1111 is basically Mr. Flowerman, and it's quite obvious that the very next chapter is going to be the conclusion to this little mini arc. Yep. Which, yeah, that's mostly put obviously what it is, and Conan finds out what it is, and that's pretty much what basically is explained here. Yep. But I don't kind of go through each chapter quickly, use with a little more detail, but basically what I just explained is literally what happened over the course of 2 chapters. So we may have the final chapter released next weekend, hopefully. And also hopefully I can return reviewing this series on Saturdays. Hopefully. Okay, so that is it for this particular review, and that's it for videos tonight. And with that, also, I am caught up with all my anime. Yep, all the anime for Sunday is all done. You were thinking, really? Really? Is this true? You caught up all the anime? Yep, all caught up. Basically, till tomorrow. So, what do I expect tomorrow? Super Sentai review, possibly a comic corner, and review for it on my smartphone. Yep. So, how many Super Sentai review? Probably 2. Maybe 3 at least, okay? The next video tomorrow. Bye.